What the f are you?
Yeah.
I think she's a minion. I think she's a minion.
I am a minion.
I know, no, I know it is, but like I was wondering if she turned on the Sunday. Turn on your screen. Hello.
Hello. Give me one moment. It's not even.
Yeah, no problem.
Showing up on my end. There we go. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Stardust. Did you turn on some yellow filter? What the f?
No, this is makeup.
Oh, this is makeup? What the f are you?
Yeah.
I think she's a minion. I think she's a minion.
I am a minion.
I know, no, I know it is, but like I was wondering if she turned on the Why? Why?
I like minions.
Wait. All right. Okay. All right. Sunday, why didn't you bring your own cosplay? I thought we agreed.
I did bring my own cosplay.
What's your cosplay?
Well, what do you think I'm wearing right now? You think I wear this in public? Dear God.
Wait, oh my God, we're all wearing like really fuzzy clothing. Isn't that so nice? Look at that. What? No answer? No? Okay.
What?
All right.
Sorry, I was drinking water.
All right, well.
I had a long day.
All right. Okay. So, might as well start. So, in a shell nut, this is food court, and yeah, we'll just begin right now. I am Food Chops, but you can just call me Kat. That'll be okay as well. And I'll be your moderator for this debate. I literally came up with the name Food Court, but I wasn't even the one who came up with this name. It was actually somebody from Sunday's viewer base named of Obsessively, who came up with the name from his Discord server. So much appreciated for that name. And yeah, shout out for sure. Other than that, basically, I think both of you guys have agreed to 15 minutes of opening statements. Would that be correct?
Sounds good.
Sunday, is that right?
That's fine by me.
Okay, and I think Stardust is also wants to use a slideshow, I think, for the opening statement. Would that also be correct?
You want to use a slideshow for the opening statement?
Yeah, it's a short one.
It's a little weird, but okay.
Okay, all right. And so the debate is unlimited time. So if you guys go on and debate for 7 hours on end, that is fine by me. And any kinds of super chats that go towards me or whatever the fuck will be read at the very end when you guys fizzle out of debate. All right. But you guys can, just end it whatever, and then it'll just be at the end when it fizzles out whenever I feel like it. Okay. So basically, at the end of the day, here's how my moderation style will go. Okay. My participation in moderation will be minimal. Okay. Because I don't the content. Okay. And what will also happen is that I will only intervene when I feel like progress isn't being made, to the point where you guys are just talking and screaming over each other. I'll be utilizing the mute a lot. If you guys are literally just like interrupting each other to the point where I feel like you guys are just being hats to each other. You know what I mean? And other than that, what can you guys please? Actually, never mind. No disagreeing. First, how about this? How about you guys disagree? Say to me right now. Who wants to go first in terms of the opening statement?
I don't care. I don't give one.
Okay, Sunday. Who?
I waive.
You don't want an opening statement at all?
I guess just for clarity, the reason why we're talking is because Stardust tweeted Sunday might be racist and anti-Semitic.
Okay. So how about this? For the context of the audience, I will pull up the actual tweet. So yeah, I'll just actually pull up the actual tweet. The actual tweet is this one. Stardust says Sunday might be racist and anti-Semitic. Why would you justify the actions of Hamas as quote ... when brown Palestinians demonstrate against apartheid and colonial state violence at the unappointed time? Do you think this is the only way they can demonstrate? Do you associate all Palestinians with a terrorist group? Is it okay to rape women if they're settlers? Is the only way to correct violence more violence at President Sunday? So that is the context of the tweet. All right, since Sunday yields his opening time,
You're not actually going
is-
to take 15 minutes, are you?
I don't think it'll be 15 minutes, no, but we'll see.
How long? Are
Okay.
you
I don't want to spend too long here. Just like you, my friends are hanging out, and I would rather go hang out with my friends and act like a minion. So it shouldn't be too long. But you did
Cool.
agree to this, so yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you kind of wanted it, so.
All right, very well. Then, yeah, you may present with your presentation, I guess. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I will begin the timer now.
Okay, I would request. Can I request one thing? Please,
Yes.
please do not interrupt me because I'm giving context for the entire thing. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Let me introduce you all to just a second. To Stardust presidential fraud report. Okay. Presidential fraud. All right. Let me just make this a little. There we go. All right. You know what? That's fine. Okay. All right. Stardust presidential fraud report. Oh, did my Discord restarted? My Discord restarted.
Meanwhile,
Oh, you close the stream.
Well, thanks for hosting Food Shops. Have a good night.
Wait, what?
Hello? Hello?
Wait, what? Hello?
Hi, sorry. My Discord restarted. It always does this. Let me turn back my camera on. Okay. Anyways.
Wait, what the No, he just left after
Why did
you
he
left.
leave? Wait, why did he leave?
He was like I think he did a bit where he was like, okay, well, thanks for hosting this. Goodbye.
Oh, is that for real what he said?
Yeah, it looks like he was doing a bit. He did a witty bit. All right, that's what he did. Here,
Okay.
I'm typing for him to come back. All right.
Yeah.
But I think you can continue. I think you can just continue. Yeah.
My
Just
Discord restarted. Please come back. My
it's okay.
Discord
I'll
restarted.
pause the timer. Okay, I'll pause the timer until.
It does this every time I share my screen.
Yeah, he needs to hear it though. He needs to hear it, so he needs to come back though. Yeah. Wait. Apparently, I heard from my chat that he ended stream.
Did he really?
Let me check.
Chat, can you check? Did President Sunday end stream?
Oh nah, that's crazy. Wait,
Wait.
what?
He ran? He ended stream.
He ended stream.
Damn.
Wait. Oh.
That's so sad. I wonder why he ended.
Wait, what?
Why? How can you leave? How can you run before the thing has even started? I didn't even make my opening statement. I'm still gonna do my opening statement whether he's here or not. He can be here to rebut it, or he cannot be here to rebut it. But that's
well, okay. Well, I guess did he hack your Discord or
No, he
what?
didn't.
Like,
No, it's just my Discord restarts pretty often. I don't know why. It bugs out all the time. Maybe I need to like
oh,
reinstall it or something.
oh
But
my God.
it restarts. So it just takes
Oh
a minute
my.
for it to restart and then I just join back. So
Uh,
yeah.
okay, all right. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess you can finish your openings because you were gonna do your opening statement anyway. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, let me do it. Give me a second here. And because I'm gonna make it so it's more
wait. Oh, hold on. So, can you hold on? I gotta think about it. I gotta think about it. Um,
think about what?
if he's not here, God, Sunday, if you're listening, you can't let Stardust do her 15-minute like thing. Like you gotta be here to
It might
defend
not even
yourself.
be 15 minutes. Like I don't even know if it'll be.
Sunday. Oh my God, Sunday, you gotta be here to defend yourself.
Did he come back? No. Nope, he did not.
No surprise.
So I decided to do my opening/closing statement on my own stream by myself. Good point, Sharkfist. Sharkfist says, TBH, if someone showed up to a debate dressed as a minion, pulled up a PowerPoint, then immediately DC'd, I'd assume they were taking the piss. That's actually pretty funny. Okay. Anyways, let's do this, okay? I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna minimize chat so I don't get distracted by you guys. All right. I don't know if any of Sunday's audience is even here. Because it's sad because I did cater this presentation to Sunday. I made this little presentation with the express purpose of it being for Sunday's eyes. So it's very unfortunate because I did put in, I put in a decent amount of work into it. Okay. He'll watch it and mull later. It's fine. Okay. Well, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Stardust Presidential Fraud Report. Table of contents. 1. Background. The Israel-Palestine conflict and other details that prelude this. 2. Dishonesty. The initial interactions and Sunday's dishonesty. 3. Persistence. Sunday persistently misportrays as well as avoids answering questions. 4. False outrage. Sunday claims slander and why he's wrong. And conclusions, final thoughts. Okay, so introduction. I'm Stardust. Here's a few things to know about me. 1, I'm a liberal. 2, I've been pro-Palestine for like over 15 years before it was like mainstream. At a pretty young age, I learned about the Israel-Palestine conflict and I was sympathetic to the Palestinian people's plight, but I also understood that Israelis were victims too. I'm of Muslim Indian background, and 9/11 happened during my childhood. I was about 10 years old when 9/11 happened, so I definitely know what it's like to be otherized as a brown person. I never got that impression from Eris's tweets, and that's what is the stem of all of this. Basically, the reason all this happened is because I saw Sunday going after Aristocracy, and I tweeted at him. I've dealt with Islamophobia. I know what it's like. I used to face it pretty frequently, but nowadays it's really not frequent whatsoever. I know where anti-Semitism is rampant, and to act like minority communities and leftist communities don't participate is being willfully blind. Also to act like there are some Palestine supporters who are, pro-Palestine out of anti-Semitism is also being willfully blind. In college, I was part of the pro-Palestine club, and I saw similar anti-Semitic conspiracy theories there that I often see in the far right today. And I think it's important that we believe in things for the right reasons. I'm pro-Palestine. because I feel the Palestinian people have been wronged and the Israeli people have been wronged as well. So, all right, what I'm going to demonstrate in this. I will demonstrate 1, President Sunday claims I slandered him. This is false. 2, President Sunday has no leg to stand on, accusing others of slander. 3, President Sunday has a long history of harassment and dishonest framing, all for clicks and views. This is the part, President Sunday generally does these things when he is faced with an opponent. He'll pretend not to be interested in the conversation, i.e. he slouches in his chair or doesn't look at the camera or pretends to read a book while you're talking. 2, he will faux laugh while you're talking. This is to make his audience think that what you're saying is ridiculous or not serious. And there's 3, he will try to interrupt and steamroll. I think we've all seen this. And it's important for me to remind people, the topic isn't really any laughing matter. I know I'm dressed as a minion and I have yellow makeup on me, but it is a discussion at the end of the day about Sunday's lack of sensitivity and consideration towards Eris and others. And it's, if he laughs watching this later, he's just proving he doesn't care about the seriousness of it. Okay. So here's the background. The Hamas attack. For over 70 years, Israel and Palestine have been locked in conflict over borders and land. I personally blame the British for this. Like the British do, sorry, British friends, they draw borders arbitrarily and direct people to fill those borders at the expense of countless lives and tons and really millions of people being displaced. And we can see that with Israel and Palestine. It's kind of what happens here, okay? And reminder, I am not looking at chat right now. We're going through this presentation as quickly as I can because I want to end this stream as quickly as possible so I can go hang out with my friends. All right. Dishonesty. The initial interactions and Sunday's dishonesty. Okay. 24 hours after initial attacks, this guy named Efren Flores Monsanto tweets that men in Ontario are cheering in support of the Hamas attacks. Israel hadn't responded to the attacks yet, and we're still doing recovery efforts and counting numbers. So I think it is pretty fair to assume when people are waving the flags around, they're cheering about what, about Palestine, that, and especially that Israel has not done anything yet in retaliation. It's pretty safe to assume that they are probably cheering on the attacks of Hamas. Eris quote tweeted that tweet, and she said, "How am I supposed to feel as a Jewish woman after what happened yesterday, that these men parading around in vehicles won't attack me the same way?" I personally think it's reasonable that Eris was concerned. She's a Jewish woman. She lives in Canada. There's been a rise in anti-Semitic acts and propaganda in Canada in the last few years. And the October 7th invasion by Hamas involved not only the murder and maiming of thousands of innocent Israeli lives, which continues to grow, but the abduction of untold numbers of Israeli citizens and Jewish tourists from around the globe. On social media, there's been an inundation of videos of Hamas supporters reveling and commending the deaths of and violence against Jews and Israelis. So why wouldn't Eris be concerned for herself and for others of her background? We'd understand any Palestinian who would be worried about their and their family's safety after a terrorist group committed atrocities in their name. I was certainly concerned after 9/11 when, Muslim terrorists were doing things in the name of Islam. Like, it was pretty fucking concerning. So Sunday response. Eris, I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit weird, which is fine. I don't care. That tweet is fine. But 30 minutes later, he quote tweets her again, same tweet, but this time being incredibly bad faith. And even ascribing motivations that she doesn't have. He basically says, "Aristocracy, upon seeing Palestinians in Canada. Twitter, will these brown people attack me, do you think? So he's assuming with no evidence to back him up that Eris would view the men in the tweet solely as brown people. If you look through her Twitter, she has never used that term to describe Palestinians. The only one who's used the phrase brown people to describe these men is Sunday. In fact, Sunday has used the phrase brown people solely when referring to men in the video, and when presuming others' positions. So why is this necessary? I don't know. A Jewish woman just saw the biggest attack on people of her background since the Holocaust. And it's what, irrational for her to be concerned? Anyways, I pull up, pop out at the after party. You and all your friends, yeah, you like getting naughty, something like that, right? I'm the capybara, okay? Okay, so I quote tweeted Sunday after he tweeted the second one because this is like incredibly bad faith. So I said, Sunday is being a pathetic, disingenuous idiot once again. There's been a huge rise in anti-Semitism lately, and people are celebrating Hamas, a terrorist and Islamic fundamentalist organization, not a representative of the Palestinian people, terrorizing Israelis. People go so far to look past a woman who's been brutally raped or try to justify it. Even as someone who's been pro-Palestine since before it was mainstream, I understand her concern. Dingus. So that's what I said. That was my first tweet at Sunday. I will answer questions in chat after I'm finished with this, all right? So then Sunday continues with his nonsense, and he could have addressed my tweet. He could have addressed the reality that there is a growth of anti-Semitic sentiment in Canada, and how it could worry a fellow Canadian like Eris, but instead he continued to not condemn the acts of murder by Hamas on his Twitter feed. So here you can see another tweet, President Sunday saying, Israel was established in very recent history by way of violent takeovers of the land of the natives facilitated by colonial military might. Between Israel and Hamas, it's only a question of whose genocide. Okay. So what's even more alarming is how Sunday, in one of his tweets, questioned if criticizing the morals of Hamas is a meaningful gesture. As if someone can't sincerely condemn the crimes against humanity by both Hamas and the apartheid state of Israel. These aren't mutually exclusive, guys. They aren't. So here is what President Sunday says. He says, anyone who thinks chastising the morals of Hamas is a meaningful gesture has not seen the seething hatred with which even civilians treat their Palestinian neighbors, whose front doors they have sealed shut and whose movements are controlled as cattle in a slaughterhouse. Okay, persistence. So Sunday didn't even consider responding to my initial quote tweet. So I tweeted on Sunday, directly Sunday the day, not Sunday the person. I tweeted on Sunday the day, directly asking him a few questions. Sunday has a history of dancing around meaning and being imprecise via his tweets. So I wanted to know his positions regarding the demonstrations. So here's what I said. I said Sunday might be racist and anti-Semitic. Why would you justify the actions of Hamas as when brown Palestinians demonstrate against apartheid and colonial state violence at the unappointed time? I think these are fair questions. Do you think this is the only way they can demonstrate? Do you associate all Palestinians with a terrorist group? Is it okay to rape women if they're settlers? Is the only way to correct violence more violence? And you can look at data of like revolutions. Nonviolent revolution tends to have better results than violent revolution. Yes, violence is part of any movement, inevitably, but when you make nonviolence like a key component, it seems to be like historically that nonviolent revolutions tend to have better results. So, why did I say this specific quote here? When brown Palestinians demonstrate against apartheid and colonial state violence at the unappointed time. This is from a tweet that Sunday himself tweeted. This is the tweet that I got it from. Sunday said, "I can't believe people are showing crosses in America while the Lord's Resistance Army in Uganda is burning down villages. It's just like Nazis in World War II. Liberals when brown Palestinians demonstrate against apartheid and colonial state violence at the unappointed time." So this is the original. This is one of the tweets I'm basically responding to with this one, where I'm saying he might be racist and anti-Semitic, and you know, I think it's fair. Like, Sunday is directly implying that Eris is a racist and only looking at the men in that video as brown people. I think it's completely fair, because the only one in this situation between Eris and Sunday, the only one who has called those men brown people is Sunday. He's, in fact, look through his Twitter, see how many times he said brown people when referring to this. Take a look at it. I mean, he is literally harassing a Jewish woman who has just witnessed like one of the biggest acts of violence against her people recently. And true, it's our word. That is my word. I am the brown person, okay? I get to say brown person, not Sunday, okay? And his white ass, all right? Anyways. Okay, so this is where it came from. False outrage. Sunday claims slander and why he's wrong. All right. Sunday can't read. So instead of responding to my questions in good faith, Sunday decided to record a video in which he asserts that I am very curious as to why Stardust has seen fit to outright lie about my positions. This is hilarious, sad, and pathetic. What's even funnier is the title and the thumbnail of the video. In the thumbnail, Sunday claims that I made a statement of conviction. "You're a Nazi, I decided." You can see it here. "You're a Nazi, I decided." Apparently, that's what I said. I said, "Sunday, you are a Nazi." Did I say that? No, I did not. I did not say that. Okay, phrasing. So, in the tweet that he's referring to, my phrasing uses a modal verb, might, which refers to a possibility. It's not an assertion of conviction. Sunday's title reads, "Addressing Stardust Stream Slander," and yet my statement would not hold up as slander or libel. Either Sunday can't read, or he doesn't have a firm grasp of modal logic. There is another possibility, but we will get to that soon. Right? And also, let's be real here. Sunday claiming slander from me, is that it? Sunday, the king of slandering people, he accused NotSoErudite of embezzling and like defrauding the Canadian government and using Canadian federal funds for her streaming career. He accused Brianna Wu of being a fraud, like, politically, and then he is accusing Eris in a very roundabout way of being a racist, and that basically implying that she has no good reason to be concerned for her safety when people are celebrating an attack that Hamas did on Israel, when Israel has not even retaliated to that yet. Israel's still counting their numbers during that time. So it's just fucking ridiculous. And he is a Canadian. He should know that there is a rise in anti-Semitic attacks. There's a rise in anti-Semitic propaganda. I mean, they even had a fucking fiasco with a Nazi recently in their government. So in Sunday's video, he reads the entirety of my tweet, asking him to explain his position regarding demonstrations against Israel's apartheid state. And rather than answer them, Sunday refers to an unnecessarily long ramble from one of his streams, in which he says, No, the Hamas attack is in terms of what it, he says attack. No, the attack is in terms of what it actually will accomplish, and what it involved is unjustifiable. This is not something that Hamas can win, and they did not have the consent of the Palestinian people to put them into this situation, but it does bear mentioning. And then for like a good minute and a half, Sunday talks about like the dismal and ruinous conditions that Palestinians have been and continue to live under Israeli rule, until he gets to his sneaky admission. Here it is. Second thought goes on talking about the Hamas attack like it's a revolutionary action. But suppose you're somebody with family under these conditions, and you hear, oh my god, there's a massive incursion. You might be forgiven for thinking in the back of your head, oh, maybe this will work. Maybe they'll actually carve out some space. Maybe they'll be able to make some leverage so they can make demands for Palestinian rights and for the self-respect and dignity of Palestinian people. Even if Hamas is the worst, right? Maybe. Being reflexively in support of that, given these conditions, is not the same thing as celebrating every crime that occurs along the way, or any particular crime at all, for that matter. So what this does, this not only does this ramble not answer my question, because I asked him to explain himself on Twitter, and I do not watch his streams ever, okay? I do not watch his streams. I never will watch his streams. I don't give a fuck about Sunday streams because he is a boring man, okay? He's very boring. And honestly, I'm a little bit glad that I didn't have to sit through this with him, you know, making his faux laughing and acting like he's tired or he's too good for me. So, I asked him to explain himself on Twitter. I do not watch his streams. But this reveals Sunday's slimy way with holding a position. He immediately concedes that the attack from Hamas will not accomplish anything for them or the Palestinians, while also mentioning that Hamas does not have consent of all Palestinians. But conversely, he says that it's permissible for Palestinians to think this attack on Israel might help us and give us rights, even though it won't change or accomplish anything for them. This gives him plausible deniability when it comes to the belief that Hamas murders and abductions were permissible or not. Because knowing Sunday refuses to condemn the attacks of Hamas explicitly in any context, Sunday is solely thinking of the attack in terms of how he can unequivocally condemn and villainize Israel without any nuance or consideration of the many lives lost from the initial inexcusable attacks from Hamas. His endless tweets bear witness to this fact. Here's another one. I don't believe that Hamas killing 800 innocent people should give Israel permission to kill 800 more. Hey, guess what, dipshit? I don't think so either. Sunday also makes a gigantic assumption on how people are celebrating the attack from Hamas on Israel. How does he know that people are merely reflexively in support of the Palestinians having a chance at gaining leverage? He doesn't. He even explicitly acknowledged that the attacks will not result in any positive outcome for Palestinians. So, end of Sunday's video. Finally, at the end of his video, he says, "Nowhere have I defended the actions of Hamas. In fact, I've been extremely firm in condemning them as not representatives of the Palestinian people." He then shows 4 tweets in which all of them he merely makes the obvious concession that Hamas is not synonymous with all Palestinians, which is really ironic given his prior tweets where he is basically making them synonymous, but whatever. This is not the criticism being thrown his way. The criticism being thrown his way is that he won't explicitly condemn the murders or abductions by Hamas on Israelis or Jews, nor will he consider the warranted fears from fellow Jewish Canadians like Eris. So my conclusion in all of this is that President Sunday is a pathetic, dishonest snake who is not interested in conducting good faith conversations, either with people who are sincerely worried for their own safety or with people who ask him to clarify his statement. He would rather make a terribly done hit piece on me for easy clicks because his theory videos make him jack shit these days. Sunday doesn't care about the decisions he makes. He can read poorly, But he doesn't understand modal logic. Sunday is a dissatisfied fraud who will never make a positive change in politics because he's incapable of building healthy and productive connections with real-life organizers or political workers. From now until the end of his YouTube career, Sunday will continue with his petty and obsessive Twitter feuds and begging for attention. That is my conclusion. If you have questions, you can now ask me questions. I will actually look at the chat, but please keep in mind, if you came in halfway, it is worth it to go from the beginning because I clarify a lot of things in the beginning that I saw questions on the side that people seem to have not caught in the beginning. So, yep, that was my opening / closing. So, on a scale from run to run day, how far is Sunday run from this debate? Look, I don't know if he actually run. I want to be good faith with him, right? Even though he is the most bad faith person I've ever encountered in my life, I would like to be good faith with him in this one context. My Discord bugged out. It probably looked like him that I disconnected. And he probably thought, you know what, she's trolling me, I'm just gonna fucking leave, right? So I don't want to say he ran, but it probably doesn't look great for him, especially it came back like less than a minute later and was like, sorry, my Discord bugged out. Yeah. Question, do you think there's an amount of drunk you could actually reach to find Sunday attractive? No. You were gone for 30 seconds. Like, I'm trying to be as generous as I can be, okay? He saw the minion and the PowerPoint and he pieced out simple as. Oh, thoughts, questions. Please, if you have any questions about whether I support Palestine, rewind to the beginning, okay? Just rewind to the beginning. I have told you I have been a Palestine supporter since high school, okay? But my primary person that I blame is the British, okay? The British are the ones who were responsible for it. They are the ones who make arbitrary fucking borderlines and then force people to move and cause mass death and mass displacement. They did it with Israel and Palestine. They did it with India and Pakistan, okay? Look, I know at least a little bit here, okay? Partition in India, terrible, terrible. So, my wife said she liked your PowerPoint layout and it was pretty. Thank you. I still think there's a 1% chance that JF is innocent. It's possible, Scott. It's possible. I just don't understand. And you know, if I could tell you guys the amount like Sunday when he gets a target, he is when Sunday gets a target, he becomes obsessed. He is obsessive. Look at how many times he's tweeted about Eris in the past few days. After she blocked him, he continued to get screenshots of her Twitter and continued to tweet about her. When literally, are you fucking kidding me? There was a fucking situation with a Nazi in your government. There was there's an increase of not Nazi, but anti-Semitic propaganda and anti-Semitic just sentiment and attacks in general in Canada over the past few years. Do you really think that it's that crazy that she would be upset and that she would be concerned? Unbelievable. I mean, also the fact is he keeps talking about Palestinian people, referring to them as brown people. Eris has never referred to them as brown people. Sunday is the one who continues to refer to them as brown people. He is the only one who refers to them as brown people. And guess what, Sunday? There are tons of Israelis. Did you know there are tons of Israelis who are also brown? Wow. Did you know? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I think that there is enough nuance here that we can be sympathetic to the people who were attacked by Hamas and still be sympathetic to the Palestinians. And like for people in the chat who are like, "Oh, this has been going a lot longer than the Hamas attack recently." Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I addressed that in the beginning. Yes, over 70 years. But this attack is a little bit different, right? It is the like it has killed more Israelis in one attack than in all the other attacks combined. There have been more Israeli people killed in this one attack than all the other attacks combined. I don't know if he's actually anti-Semitic, but you know, I figure if you're going to imply that Eris is a racist multiple times, then yeah, you know what? Maybe you're anti-Semitic. Why are you going after and harassing Eris specifically when she is dealing with fucking trauma? And yeah, you know, I think that there's if you think that Eris voicing concern over like people attacking her when there have been an increase in anti-Semitic attacks, if you think that it's reasonable to call her a racist over that, then you know what? You saying brown people multiple times when referring to Palestinians while not even like acknowledging that Israeli people are also brown, there's like a significant portion of them that are brown, maybe you're a little bit racist. I don't know. You might be. But that's not slander. Again, I use the word might. So, yes, there is data on it, Testy. And honestly, you know, I feel bad. The Palestinian people, you know, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, there's Hamas on one end, and Hamas is directly like you know, tied to their government now, and Hamas did unseat the PLO, and you know, Hamas does run like several parts. Yeah, Hamas is tied into their infrastructure. It's not like they have much of a choice but to interact with Hamas. And then you got Israel on the other side who doesn't give a fuck about them. So. Anyways, it looks like nobody has any questions. So I hope you like my makeup.